What's up, everyone? Season Ticket on air with you this afternoon. Dan Hula here, making my wonderful return, minus a leg after some surgery. Next to me is Scott Schruff,
Hello,
my
people.
friend and co-host, along with Bernardo Sanchez.
Hello, everybody.
We're going to start off today with some baseball, starting with Giovanni Gallardo signing
Gallardo.
Excuse me. Sorry.
It's a double L, so we should have had him say it. He was a Spanish guy.
He can roll his R's and shit.
Exactly.
Why didn't we have him say it?
Next time
Anyway, he signed to a 3-year, $35 million deal. As a starting pitcher, he had a 3.42 ERA. Solid.
Yeah, definitely.
Solid.
He's been a solid pitcher his whole career, and he's pitched for teams that have never really been that good over his whole career. He was with the Brewers, and he's with the Rangers. So, going and looking at it, it's like, okay, well, maybe he was in very hitter-friendly parks, and now he's going to the Orioles, another hitter-friendly park, so he should have success there. But there is one holdup. There is a possible snag within the physical. There's something going on to not make this official yet because it's not an official signing. So who knows really what's going to happen with this. But hopefully he signs and goes with the Orioles because I'm just tired of free agency in baseball. Let's do the actual play.
This is bullshit.
Let's play the game.
We have
Get over with already.
39 days, people. 39.
Yeah,
we can wait.
ridiculous.
But I can't take it anymore, man. But some more baseball to tide us over. Jimmy Rollins is signed with the White Sox. I didn't put down how long that was. I'm sorry.
No, it was just
note-taker.
It was a 1 year minor league contract for like the max minor league.
Contract.
Yeah, it was a minor league contract. He passed up a few major league contracts along the way. Ken Rosenthal reported that yesterday. Passed up a major league contract with the Giants, and a few other teams who offered him, okay, you can be our utility guy. You can play like second base, shortstop, probably a little third base maybe. But he wanted to go with the White Sox because he thought that there was a chance there for him to win the shortstop position, which he gets to play full year round. And he wants, he'll get more money and stuff. So that's understandable from his part. But to pass up a major league contract for a minor league contract, that's a big deal.
Especially for somebody like Jimmy Rollins, with such a long and well-noted career in
Yeah,
baseball. It's
that's
surprised to see him go to the minors.
Yeah, he's hoping not to get into the minors, and there might be some stipulation within his contract that prevents that. But we'll see how it goes for him. He might win the shortstop job because I believe the shortstop that they have right now is a very young kid. And if they're trying to win right now, Alexi Amarista, I believe that's not the right name.
Ooh,
is it? No. Alexi Ramirez. Sorry,
you pulled one of me now.
Alexi Ramirez just he left, so now they got to find a new guy, and hopefully
old Jimmy Rollins there.
Yeah, why not? The former MVP Jimmy Rollins. Why not?
Yeah. Talking a little bit of football here. Defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, Randy Gregory, has been suspended 4 games at the start of the 2016 season for failing a drug test. And the moral quandary of the Dallas Cowboys continues to shine.
Yeah, because he fell. He was originally going to be like a top 10 pick, but he fell to the second round because people had these concerns about him. And clearly, he's proving them all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad because he's actually a really, really good player.
He is a good player.
He could be one of the top pass rushers if he just gets his act
Exactly,
together.
and I don't know. To me, Randy Gregory, it's like, okay, you're a very talented person. But you just this is his third failed drug test, by the way. But this is his first one where he's gotten suspended an amount of games before he was just getting pay withheld from him.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, just come on. And the Cowboys, they got these guys like La'el Collins, Randy Gregory. They had Greg Hardy.
I
Well,
don't
just
know.
take Ray Rice. Why not?
Does Jerry Jones scout players? He's like, who's a bigger douche?
Yeah.
Who can I find that's a piece of
Because
shit?
Des Bryant was also a problem, too.
Yeah, Des Bryant also has a big ego.
so
It depends on that.
Jerry
Jones world. We'll see how that goes.
He just searches for guys that have a history.
Scumbags.
Amazing. He gets guys that are supremely talented, but have a history of just being a douche. Basically.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I understand you want the best players, but I feel like you could just find people who have better values.
Yeah, you look at teams like, I don't know, not necessarily football. You go to baseball, you find teams like the Cardinals and stuff, and they win. And they get guys that, they might not be the most talented, while they do have a bunch of talented guys, Albert Pujols in the past. But they get guys who aren't dickheads. And they work to the system, and they figure it out. And I don't know, be more like the Cardinals. You're a historic franchise. Cowboys one of the best franchises in all of sports. But Jesus, Randy
It's
Gregory,
like-
oh, come on.
It's like, all right, you're
It's
great,
the reason,
but
it's the reason you guys suck right now, because
it's
all your
great.
players are out.
Yeah.
yeah, they're all out. Let's commit crimes.
And Tony Romo's just like, oh, my back. And
Yeah.
My
he's a
clavicle,
little
my finger, my knee. Oh,
It's just I don't know what to say about the Cowboys at this point.
Yeah, not everyone can be the Cardinals. I completely understand that, but
Yeah,
you know,
but I know you want to go with the
the
talent.
Spurs
that you have.
Spurs too. Another.
I
Good
know you want to go
example.
with the talent, the best you could get, but it's just like
But they're
these
going
guys
strict-
are scumbags.
They're-
They're going
Cardinals.
strictly.
Look at the Cardinals, their receiving core.
Well,
It's
that
not
them
that-
too. Them
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're
that-
not like,
the
separately.
Arizona
They're
Cardinals.
not that great. But thing is, they're good enough where they can make an impact if they're together. You just get a bunch of small guys that are somewhat good and have their value.
Yeah, all right.
Someone said, "Damn Daniel."
I've
We do
heard
have-
that joke all day, man. Please.
Our
I
host,
get
our
it.
host is Dan
Daniel.
Hooley, so if anybody wants to make more, yeah, so that's how that's going. Anyway,
Well,
moving on from
Randy
this
Gregory can't feel that bad because he hasn't done the most morally bankrupt thing this week.
Oh, yeah.
Moving
yeah.
on to Dante Fowler Jr., who he pulled his best impression of Michael Buffer.
And if you don't know who Michael Buffer is, let's get ready to rumble.
As he
Yeah, now you know.
pretty much refereed a fight between his current girlfriend and his
And
baby,
baby
mama,
mama.
at a Florida apartment complex. It was caught on security cameras and reported by TMZ. And I just want to say something. I have complete faith in the theory that the TMZ is funded by the CIA. Because, they have broken so many stories. Like, for God's sakes, when the Ray Rice thing broke, TMZ knew about it and reported on it before the Atlantic City Police Department knew about it. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
It's honestly ridiculous at this point. Like, and Dante Fowler Jr., okay, he didn't hit anyone, fine, all right?
Okay,
but
good.
he helped aid and abet two women.
He didn't help the situation. He just escalated it,
Well,
basically. Like, he just made...
And it
like, he's got two women, like, fighting over him.
That's funny, though. He actually, like, waved the hand, like...
Yeah,
right-
he did this. He
He's
was like,
Hey, look up the video.
like
Look
he,
at the
look it up.
it's like he walked in and he goes, all right, no biting and no hitting, below the belt. Go. But it's just, you know what?
And
I swear to
after, and then
God.
after he had enough, he basically just threw the girl off his girlfriend. And
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'm still
All right, I gotta
poking
take her home.
Yeah, like, I'm still fucking
Bro,
this
like,
one.
you missed,
Let me have it.
I mean, you're a rookie. I mean, you missed your entire rookie season.
Yeah, because of a torn ACL.
Yeah, and all that. But the thing is,
Jesus.
you have yet to prove yourself. Like, you're kind of on the hot seat right now, and you're doing this.
Now I can understand, like, okay, this probably happens. This happens a lot in, like, between people and stuff.
And
but,
in Florida.
Yeah, apparently in Florida, yeah. Apparently this happens, but Jesus, like, come on, like, you're a professional football player. You know cameras exist nowadays.
And apparently, NFL players and elevators do not mix, ladies
Oh,
and
no,
gentlemen.
Is there a full video? I'm not sure if there's a full video.
It's not a full video. The one I saw was kind of edited, but you do see clearly he does this and just watches the
seriously-
fight
Again,
go
it
on.
has been confirmed that it is Dante Fowler Jr., and apparently it was him that brought it to the attention of people saying, okay, yeah, that was
he
me.
went to the team
So we did
first
fess
and then-
up to it.
Yeah.
So
And,
that's
well,
something.
All I can say about is at least they're not hitting the girl this time. That's
Oh,
a step in the
yeah,
right
yeah,
direction.
The
yeah.
girls are hitting each other. I'm not saying that that's right, but at least we're taking a step forward, if
But
anything.
thing is, like,
Exactly.
And that's what matters.
But yeah, it's just that. Come on, I'm sure people do this all the time. But thing is, they're not in Dante Fowler's position.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say
They're not in
before.
his position. That he has to be careful what he does now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Dante Fowler Jr.
No, I want to
The
see.
NFL just surprises me every time.
See, the thing is, though, is that this isn't necessarily domestic violence. What are they going to find him for? Impersonating a referee?
Well, that might be
he
a thing. I
technically
don't
didn't
know.
do anything, but it's just morally not right. I guess.
And some guys saying, talk about hockey. I'm sorry, there aren't many hockey stories this week. Some big stories.
But we got something for you tonight. I will be Well, I won't be hosting. I'm not that special. But tonight I will be streaming live from the Rangers and Devils game on Periscope. So keep your eye open for that. That's tonight. Tonight.
Yeah. You'll get the reference eventually. Anyway, moving forward.
Talking some more football. The Detroit Lions have released running back Joique Bell and Stephen Tulloch, linebacker. One of them's pretty good. One of them's not good.
Yeah, well, Joique Bell over his career has been, a decent back. He's never been great.
He's not like your number one back. He's a good number two.
Yeah,
He's
and
he's
now late in his career. I believe he's 30 years old right
Yeah.
now. I mean, as his career winds down, he's made his money. I mean, I don't know, running backs have a tough career. Running backs have tough careers.
they take a lot of
but
hits going.
he
to
averaged 311 yards this year. That's those
as a
numbers.
backup?
Well, as a backup, yeah.
I
that's
mean,
true.
it's still...
But
It's still pretty good, man.
I guess so.
And the
But
Lions got
decent
rid of him
win.
because he was expensive, and now they have Amir Abdullah, which clearly showed that he was good.
He's the future back of the Lions right now.
Oh, yeah, of course. So
Future
hopefully we get to see a bunch of good backs in this league. Melvin Gordon was a disappointment, but...
No, I cannot say that yet because he did get a knee injury at the same
Okay,
time.
all right.
At the same time, like I don't want to give up on him yet because he didn't. No, the reason people say he's a disappointment because he didn't have that
Melvin
rookie
Gordon,
of the year.
yeah.
He didn't have. Cause he still had a decent year. He had
He had
500
decent-
yards.
but I dropped him for my fantasy
Yeah,
league,
yeah,
so-
yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
So,
he just
no.
didn't have that like elite number, like those elite numbers. That's the thing. But he
Yeah,
had a
with-
decent year.
That is
Especially with Megatron gone now this year, the Lions are going to be an interesting team
Yeah,
to watch.
that's-
Especially cutting Tulloch, who
he led the team in tackles.
led the team
That-
in
I'm
tackles.
surprised
I mean,
to see
he
that
led
go.
a bad team in tackles, but
But
that's
led the team nonetheless.
Yeah,
So
he was going to be expensive, but to me, that's a guy you keep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like somebody that is producing, so it is very.
Yeah, 3 and 13. Yeah, of
It's
course.
going to be very interesting to see what the Lions do now. They've
Yeah.
lost a lot of good players, so we're just, it's a lot of.
And
wait
that
and
that
see.
division is good. I mean, the Packers are always going to be good. The Vikings are up on the rise, and the Bears are. They're
The Bears are the fucking Bears.
Who knows? Because Jay Cutler can put up like 400 yards, and then he'll be like, I don't even.
No,
That's
what
the thing.
is football?
That's what I hate about J. Cole. He's so talented. He could actually be one of the best top quarterbacks in the league, but he just doesn't care. Like
I don't understand Jay Cutler at all.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand him. Like there's days where he just lights it up against good teams, and then
some days he's just like, I'm Jake
Yeah,
Cutler.
against the
and I don't do a
Broncos
damn
this year,
thing.
I believe they
Yeah.
had a really good game. Him, and all the other receivers.
the Broncos in that defense. Like,
Exactly, that defense which we saw destroy the Panthers and destroy the Patriots
and
in the
number one
playoffs.
defense in the league.
Jesus.
It's
I don't know. I think,
he could be one of the top 10. I'm not saying number one, obviously, but I'm saying one of the top 10.
especially with Alshon Jeffrey there, and
Yeah, like he has weapons, and he did have Matt Forte.
He has weapons.
Yeah,
he
Matt
has
Forte
a gun.
Like I'm saying, he had people that can make it work for him, but I just don't know why he just doesn't turn it up with that.
yeah, that could easily be the standings. The guy who said the Packers are gonna, he predicts Packers, Vikings,
toss-up.
Lions, Bears.
It's basically a toss-up between the Vikings and the Packers because Packers we can't ignore the Vikings anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
We
They're
can't-
actually like
we
you
can't-
got Adrian Peterson, you got Teddy Bridgewater, you have a decent receiving core. I mean,
We can't ignore them anymore. We
yeah,
got
Stephon Diggs,
They're
I
not a
think,
joke
very
anymore.
Yeah.
very impressive
Yeah.
year. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
for a guy
yeah.
that wasn't like that high up there, like people didn't think he would do good. I picked him up on my fantasy team since we're going to keep reverting back to that, and he put up good numbers.
Because this guy's apparently an expert. I do fantasy football. I know.
I've only ever played
place, champion.
hey, first place as well. I didn't
First
play in his league because I'm not a. Anyway, next six.
We're
Six.
gonna six. What is six? We're talking some more football here to St. Well, excuse me, not St. Louis, to Los Angeles, right?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Release Jared Cook, James Laronitis. I'm gonna call him laryngitis. I'm sorry.
Just because.
And Chris Long.
Chris Schlong. His name is Chris Schlong. That's what.
It's
If he was back
it's
in
his
the,
porn name.
yeah,
Leave him alone.
you know how he grew out that mustache at one time? That's when you call
it's
him
the
Chris
porn
Schlong.
stash. I'm telling you.
Anyway,
Respectively, Jared Cook, the running back, laryngitis,
Laryngitis.
the linebacker, and Chris Long, a defensive end.
Chris Long, very nice long career. Very nice
a
long
long career for Long.
No, seriously, yeah, he's had
206 tackles, but 54 sacks. That's
goddamn good,
not,
man.
Yeah, not that many tackles, but he can clearly get in there and get the sack when
Yeah,
he
he
needs
can
to.
get to the quarterback.
He can get
Definitely.
in there and get some
You
sacks.
can't deny that about Chris Long.
Yeah, I've liked Chris Long, but he's getting older now. He's 31. He's going to be paid a lot, but I know he's going to go to a good team, I think, or he's going to go and get paid somewhere.
Yeah, and then we got Jared Cook. He actually had a pretty decent career.
He's
as
a
running back.
lot better than I thought he was.
Yeah,
honestly.
Career-wise,
Looking at Jared Cook's numbers.
3,500 yards. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, he averaged 12 yards a carry, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's
12 yards a
crazy.
carry. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of touchdowns, but he's a backup. I mean, backup.
Yeah, he's a back. So if you can put him on a team like the Patriots, just need to stock up on running backs.
I mean,
so
no, they did have
maybe
running
they
backs.
should-
Deion Lewis is actually
Okay,
pretty good at that.
but apparently they're just every running back they ever got
Just
just
gets injured.
died. I mean, I'm just going to use
Legitimately
died.
dead. Just
Like,
dead.
the other ones they're actually really good. Like him, like who's that big power back they have? He was on the Steelers.
That's not his name. I was going to say Joint, but it's
No.
Blunt because I was thinking.
LeGarrette Blunt.
Blunt.
I like the connection.
Yeah.
Like
Deion
I was like
Lewis,
Joint. No, Blunt.
Yeah,
All right.
Deion Lewis, LeGarrette Blunt. But yeah, he's actually really good running backs.
James White, who just
healthy.
likes to catch the ball out of the backfield. I don't know.
Yeah, but it fits perfectly with that system with Tom Brady throwing the ball because they're barely running without Tom Brady. So
yeah, and you got Gronk there, who's on his party bus
fucking-
right now.
He's fucking
And
Gronk.
I've seen his highlights and everything. He's actually a pretty good runner. Like, yeah, he's more of a passing back.
Yeah.
He's definitely running back of the future for the Patriots.
Don't worry about that.
You guys are wild,
And
man.
then Laurinaitis or laryngitis, as you
Laryngitis, yes.
laryngitis.
852 tackles and 16 and a half sacks. That's
He's a middle because he's a linebacker. So
Yeah,
I understand the sacks.
I mean, the sacks are pretty nice for his.
for a middle
kind
linebacker.
of
Yeah.
nice sack.
Yeah.
But yes,
But
it also has
how
10
many
receptions.
tackles? 852.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's
Jesus
ridiculous.
But the fact that they cut these guys, like, okay, it gives them cap room, but are you gonna find guys like this?
Quality
No,
players like
especially-
that. That's,
Yeah.
Especially, I think last year, Laurinaitis had over 100 tackles last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
So,
so he's clearly still on top of his game, but
So-
yet they still decided to get
yeah,
rid of him.
both them and Detroit. It's like they're cutting these guys that produce good stuff for them. It's a really
And it's something like that. The Jets also cut Antonio Cromartie. We didn't include that in this necessarily,
Oh, yeah.
but it was just a minor story. They're going to save $8 million in cap room, which I can kind of understand because now the Jets have like Marcus Williams, who they can put in there, who had a lot of interceptions. Actually, I believe 6 this season.
Isn't
which
it
is
Calvin
surprising.
Pryor also might be let go because of he's getting too expensive also?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. It depends. But right now, surprising
But I
guys
feel
being
like
cut.
these guys are actually, they're kind of worth the money.
Yeah, I think they're worth the money, honestly. But when
they're not like, they're not like all pro, but they're not bad
they're
either.
going new city, new team. Maybe they're looking for a quarterback. Maybe they're trying to swing Brock Osweiler into coming off of the. I mean, if I were Brock Osweiler, all right, yeah, I can get out of Denver, maybe go to Los Angeles. You have Todd Gurley there, who's going to put up numbers. If I was Brock Osweiler, I'd be thinking about.
No, but the thing is, I don't know. I think you should stay with the Broncos for a bit because they
I
actually,
completely understand.
Because first of all, that defense.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, their offense is actually not bad. Just that Peyton Manning just doesn't fit in that offense.
Yeah, the Peyton Manning.
I mean, they can run the ball with C.J. Anderson. They actually can. They actually have the running back core to actually do it.
Yeah, I would be very interested in seeing Brock
and
Osweiler.
and he has Demaryius Thomas over the top, so he can do something. He can do something in Denver.
Yeah,
once
I also
Peyton
think
Manning-
like he's going to have other teams in the back of his mind because he's a free agent this year. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see where Brock Osweiler goes. At the very least.
I mean, the Rams do need. The Rams do need a quarterback.
Exactly. They have Nick Foles. They
yeah,
benched him
I
halfway through the season for Austin Davis.
I really thought he was actually. I thought he was actually going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
I thought he would at
And
least do decent.
Yeah,
And, well, you
he
were
threw 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. With the Eagles, like, you know what I mean? Those are
Yeah,
outstanding numbers.
and I also thought,
Considering he started like midway through the season, he still threw for 27 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions.
yeah,
Like,
of course.
I understand it's just 1 year, but you think like you could do something at least close to that. But
Yeah, but Sam Bradford and Nick Foles are just
Sam
disappointments.
Sam
no,
Bradford.
Sam Bradford actually has so much potential.
Oh.
You know,
And then he goes to the Eagles. It's like,
but it was just Chip Kelly's system. I
Yeah.
believe in a normal system, he might be able to produce
yeah,
normally.
just,
But the fact that he had to be like an up-tempo guy when he's had 2 knee surgeries, like I just don't think that's a very.
I
Honestly,
don't know why Chip Kelly picked him up because he just does not fit in that offense.
and what is exactly? When you watch the Eagles, you could tell he just did not fit.
And
he's not comfortable.
And he's also a free agent this year, so it's gonna be interesting.
Like
to see where
he's
he
a
goes.
pocket passer. Like you put Marcus Mariota in that system, Colin Kaepernick, Michael Vick, people like that, and then that system is gonna be great. But he just got guys that are just the worst possible fit for that system. Like you got Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray.
Well, I mean,
those are just not guys.
It's fucking Chip Kelly, man. What
Yeah.
do you expect?
We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does
Sorry,
in San
but,
Fran this year.
Yeah, and meanwhile they're like clutching pictures of Jim Harbaugh and crying. But
Yeah. All right, so we got about,
moving on in some football. We got safety Malcom Jenkins of the Philadelphia Eagles being re-signed. His contract extended to a 4-year, $35 million deal.
Again,
What would you guys say?
wait,
to
4 year. He's
4 year,
worth,
$35 million.
He's not worth that much money. He's worth
But
he's
football,
worth keeping.
but football players never have guaranteed contracts. They're
Yeah.
probably gonna get cut in 2 years. Football contracts, I think, are a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, you get like,
They-
you get,
oh
like,
wow,
a
4
third.
years, $35 million, but he gets like $8 million.
You get like,
Yeah, they're like, fuck you,
you get like a third of what the contract actually said. That's
Yeah,
guaranteed,
exactly.
And then everything else is just the bonus. So,
Yeah, like incentives and a signing bonus.
Yeah,
and
so
this.
but like yeah, he has.
as stats wise, 548 tackles.
Oh, no, he's a good-
sacks to his name, which
and
you know,
11
if you're-
interceptions.
He's a safety, right?
Yeah, 11 interceptions.
And 11 interceptions. It's actually pretty good, but I don't think he's worth that much money.
No, but to keep a guy like that, I mean, the Eagles are just extending everyone they have, and we've had that just go throughout the entire offseason. They're just extending guys that they like, and I don't know. if that's a good idea, considering they had a terrible year last year. Like, why extend these guys?
Defensively, I don't know.
They're going to be a completely different team this year without Chip Kelly.
No, they should keep people like Darren Sproles, Ryan Matthews.
Yeah.
Let go of Sam Bradford, please. Just let the guy go.
Who else is going to play quarterback?
Exactly.
not Sam Bradford.
We just got into a conversation about
still,
this. Who the fuck else?
Yeah.
Well, Osweiler, he can go there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, let's just throw Osweiler on every team and see what happens.
Also, let go of Malcom Murray, please. He has no business in that offense.
But hopefully he does better this year, because it's just disappointing to see a good running back like that go to waste.
Yeah, because like he went from the leading rusher to just being a third string backup.
You gotta understand, Dallas did have a great offensive line.
Yeah, but the thing is, even before, like, people think that line made DeMarco Murray. People forget that he actually rushed for 1,000 yards. What?
No, yeah, we don't have that much time left on the show. We gotta move on.
We're talking this shit to death.
But no, yeah.
They actually rushed for 1,000 yards before that.
The Eagles suck. That's what you have to know.
Yeah, so,
we're getting out of football, right?
Getting out of football, talking some NBA. A interesting attempted trade almost happened.
Yeah, Dantes Monteunez, that man has an interesting name. Marcus Thornton. We're supposed to go to the Pistons for Joel Anthony, and then Joel Anthony was supposed to be sent to the Sixers for a second-round pick. But all that went to waste when Monteunez got a physical and his back was messed up. So we're just going to pretend like none of that happened. We reported it on Friday, but let's pretend none of that happened. Marcus Thornton and Dantes Monteunez are both still on the Rockets. Joel Anthony, that terrible player that I need to stop talking about. Prove me wrong. But he's gonna be continuing to be on the Pistons, and the second round pick goes back to the 76ers because clearly that matters.
We're going to go on with our lives. Everything is right in the world. Now talking about the New Orleans Pelicans. Power forward Anthony Davis had a 59-point game with 20 rebounds. In the Pelicans' defeat over the Pistons on Sunday, I believe, 111-106.
And people get like when people have like 20 games, they're like, wow, that's really good, because it's not even so much the 59 points, and 59 points is amazing. But 20 rebounds too. This is honestly.
I think he's just the third NBA player in
Shaq, and
somebody else, and now him. Like, it's hard.
Exactly.
You gotta be dominating that
I want
game.
you to remember this. He's 22 years old. He's been in the league a few years now, but he's only 22 years old. The Pelicans are bad this year. They made the playoffs last year, got destroyed by the Warriors. But this year, 59 points and 20 rebounds.
Ridiculous.
Jesus,
shit.
like, come on. That's not fair to anybody.
Calm the fuck down.
On the same night, I believe LeBron James and Kevin Love combined for less points and less rebounds. And those are two great players on a great team.
Anthony Davis, calm the fuck down.
And they beat the Pistons that night,
I sure hope they did. Can you
imagine
putting up that
130 to like 119? So most of those points came.
And like, can you imagine putting up those kind of numbers and fucking losing? My God, that's suicide-inducing.
And by the way, people asking for us to flip the table. We are not going to flip the table. I have already broken this bobblehead once. I don't plan on it again. Those balls are actually expensive. Yes, I know. And this thing I also broke once. So we're not doing it. I'm sorry. You can.
We are not whores for viewers. All right. So
not that much at least. Talk to me about something else. Anyway.
I'll whip my cock out, but I won't.
That's something I never thought I'd say on air. All right, let's move on.
And that will wrap it from sports.
No, actually, we don't have.
No, that's it. That's it.
That's it. All right. And anybody watching on Periscope, we have about 5 to 10 more minute after show coming on after this, so stay with us if you're on Periscope.
So, Spreaker, we have come to the end of our Tuesday show now, I guess, because we can never fucking get it done on Monday.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, keep your eye on Periscope tonight. I'm going to try to get some live updates in when I go to the Rangers game tonight, so if you're interested, take a gander. You might enjoy it. You may want me to try to flip
the guy said talk about some hockey. We'll be talking about some hockey.
I may try to flip a table there. You don't know. You'll have to watch to find out. But
he might streak.
But until then, see you in the Tuesdays.